If you have ever experienced the frustration of not knowing how something works, especially when it comes to something you think should be easy, you're not alone. At AC Pro, we pride ourselves on making the automotive air conditioning recharge process a simple task. Still, we know that understanding the gauge used to perform an AC recharge can be a bit daunting and even a little confusing. Let's look at a few scenarios that might make you think the gauge or dispensing mechanism you're using is broken or inaccurate. Getting started can be hiccup number one. If you're using a digital or Bluetooth gauge and it seems like it won't turn on, it's probably not because the battery's dead. You simply have to remove the plastic battery tab. Next, remember that the AC system pressure is always meant to be read when the compressor is running. The coupler must be securely connected to the low side port fitting, and when the compressor cycles on, the gauge will display the system's pressure. No, you don't need to pull the trigger. The gauge will also continue to display the pressure after it's disconnected from the system. It's not faulty, it's simply showing the pressure that the check valve retains inside the stem of the gauge. Think of this valve as the gauge's mechanism for maintaining a constant, accurate reading. Even though the gauge isn't connected to a can, it's still doing the job it was just tasked with. Now that we understand the gauge's functionality, what do the different sections of the gauge mean? On our analog gauge, starting from the left side, the first section says low. This means the system is low on refrigerant. The next section is filled, which indicates the system has the right amount of refrigerant and pressure. Don't fret if the needle bounces around a little bit while you're measuring the pressure. It's normal for it to do so. However, if it doesn't stabilize completely, you can assume the lowest reading is the most accurate indicator of the system's pressure. That said, if your AC is reading in the filled zone and is still blowing warm, other issues are afoot. In this case, we recommend seeking the help of a certified technician. Speaking of technicians, the red See Instructions portion of the gauge means you should have a technician look at and diagnose the vehicle. Assuming you've confirmed the AC is on max cool and the compressor clutch is engaging, it's time to get a mechanic's help. But let's focus on the good. If you have a reading on the gauge showing in the green or filled zone and the AC is cold, you're good to go. Now that you've completed a recharge, you might be wondering if you have to dispose of it and buy another gauge the next time your vehicle needs a recharge. And we're happy to tell you that all AC Pro gauges and dispensing mechanisms are reusable. So take care of them and they'll help take care of your car. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and be sure to visit acprocold.com to learn more about recharging your vehicle's air conditioning with AC Pro.